Hey folks, this is Tina Hui from Follow the Coin with an in-depth look at the story that is taking the internet by storm, with the Wall Street Journal announcing that Coinbase is launching the first licensed United States exchange of Bitcoin tomorrow, Monday, January 25th, 2015. How did it happen? What does it all mean? And why is this story significant? We've broken down some of the details just for you. So, let's get started. Fast on the heels of Coinbase announcing their giant raise of $75 million in Series C funding and the largest ever VC round for any Bitcoin company to date, they have announced tonight through the Wall Street Journal they're asserting their position as leaders in the Bitcoin space by opening the first licensed U.S. exchange of Bitcoin tomorrow. Bigger news yet? They also led their round with some of the best investors in the space, include the New York Stock Exchange, DFJ Growth, which led the round, in addition to USAA Bank, the venture arm of Spain's BBVA, NTT Docomo, which is from Japan, Valor Capital Group, former Citigroup Inc. CEO Vikram Pandit, former Thomson Reuters Corp. CEO Tom Glosser, and Carlos Rodriguez Pastor. Returning investors in Coinbase are also impressive and in support of Coinbase's continued endeavors, including Andreessen Horowitz, Reddit Capital, and Union Square Ventures. Those are some big names, folks, and while there is no solid figure around where Coinbase's valuation lies as of now, an earlier Recode report on the Wall Street Journal suggests that the deal could value Coinbase at roughly $400 million as an enterprise. Wow. Coinbase's co-founder Fred Ursum has been quoted as saying their original goal at the beginning of October was basically to raise around $50 million at a reasonable valuation. And boy, did they seem to go above and beyond. The point that is more impressive than the amount they raised, that is not escaping anyone in Bitcoin business or finance circles, is the fact that Coinbase's fundraising has come from some of the most established and well-respected financial groups like the New York Stock Exchange and BBVA. The point that the value of Bitcoin has eroded by around 75% over the past year seems null now that Bitcoin has had more than a few successful benchmarks in January alone. And this is looking to be just the beginning of maturity and progress for Bitcoin in 2015, with Bitstamp, Pantera Capital, and Bitco coming together to prove themselves as seasoned industry leaders in the way Bitstamp's hack, recovery, and relaunch was managed. Coinbase is leading the way by announcing their massively well-established round and now the first U.S. licensed exchange, and Braintree announcing the activation of Bitcoin payments for U.S. merchants as of last week, which means the possibility that some major companies such as Uber, Airbnb, and OpenTable, who are among its clients, could begin accepting Bitcoin if they get the green light from compliance very seamlessly and in the future. And as of January 25th, 2015, Coinbase, backed by $106 million from DFJ, the New York Stock Exchange banks, and VC firms, is announcing the first U.S. Bitcoin exchange set to open tomorrow, stating its mission to offer greater security for individuals and institutions to trade Bitcoin and monitor real-time pricing of the cryptocurrency. Wowzers. This is huge. Why? The exchange could bring needed legitimacy and a layer of centralization to the currency and community, which isn't backed by a central government and is traded over virtual exchanges primarily overseas. Coinbase, which is poised with insurance and now licensed with offer traders some assurance that their money won't disappear, which has been a pain point when it comes to Bitcoin due to the arguably worrisome use cases that have tainted the community like Silk Road 1 and 2, the collapse of Japan-based exchange Mt. Gox last year, which led to the disappearance of $500 million of investors' money, countless hacks, and more. It is no question to folks like Campbell R. Harvey, a Duke University finance professor who studied cryptocurrencies, who are eager to see Bitcoin progress, that Bitcoin has been sorely in need of something like this. According to him, to have an organized exchange that has the backing of thoughtful venture capitalists and investors addresses one of the main problems with Bitcoin, its extreme volatility. And there is quite a bit of validity in his statement to be heeded, since it can easily be said that security and protection for consumers is likely going to be the ticket that consumers and governments alike are keen to have in the space in order to foster trust and adoption of Bitcoin in the present and future. So, how did Coinbase do this? Coinbase's founders told the Wall Street Journal that they have been working for 5 months to win licenses from state financial regulators, and now they have regulatory approval in 25 of 50 U.S. states. That's half, including larger wins such as New York and California. And as of now, it seems Coinbase is only licensed to do business with account holders in states where it has approval. Coinbase will take a small 0.25% of most transactions and no fees for the first 2 months, and the exchange will initially be limited to users in the U.S. But, of course, Coinbase's co-founder and chief executive officer, Brian Armstrong, told the Wall Street Journal that he plans to expand overseas. Their goal is to become the world's largest exchange, according to Armstrong. CoinDesk, which tracks the price of Bitcoin, says that the value of all Bitcoin is now at a whopping $3.2 billion, according to their price index, and roughly 82,000 businesses now accept the currency, including Microsoft, Overstock, and Expedia. And tonight, the Bitcoin price is up to $285 and climbing up $37 in the last 24 hours, with some 500,000 Bitcoins trading on Chinese exchanges today at a value of roughly $150 million in USD. And if the New York Stock Exchange's recent investment in Bitcoin with their contribution to Coinbase is any indicator, Bitcoin is looking good as January 2015 comes to a close. As the New York Stock Exchange's president, Tom Farley, is quoted in the Wall Street Journal, their investment is intended to, in part, to keep an eye on Bitcoin as it matures as a legitimate currency. Any currency relies on its acceptance. Additionally, he adds that he feels Coinbase is important in making Bitcoin socially acceptable. Today, Coinbase counts about 2.2 million consumer wallets and nearly 40,000 merchants that uses its services. The company has about 75 employees and plans to operate in 30 countries by year-end, up from 19 today. Pretty incredible for a company still being considered a startup in the ecosystem. This is a big evening for Coinbase and Bitcoin as a whole. There is no doubt that 2015 is looking to be a standout year for Bitcoin. With exchange, this is looking to be an incredibly fascinating year to see where Bitcoin enters the market as a viable asset class and vehicle for traders as well as investors in the financial tech space. So stay tuned, and we will always have that in-depth coverage. Thanks, guys. And we hope to see you guys soon at the O'Reilly Media Radio Summit on Tuesday in San Francisco. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.